99% of the butter that's produced in the United States and Canada, let's say North America, is called sweet cream butter. The milk is separated and pasteurized and then immediately churned into butter. We make a slow cultured butter. We take the pasteurized cream, add a mix of bacteria, it sours over time, and then we churn. That's the way that butter was made for literally thousands of years. Back in late 1800s, early 1900s, a lot of these, what were becoming larger dairies, figured out that they could just churn pasteurized cream immediately, and it saved them time and made it more consistent. And so they're like, let's make it sweet cream butter. The problem with that is it didn't have much taste, it's just fat. So they started to add things to make it taste like butter. If you've ever had microwave popcorn, that smell or that compound is called diacetyl. That's one of the additives that you might have in these sweet cream butters or butter spreads or something trying to make it taste like the real thing. One of many, many flavor compounds. There might be hundreds of flavor compounds that are created naturally through the culturing process. This is a chiller. Basically chills a bunch of cold water, and then we push that cold water into the culturing tank to cool the cream. We bring the cream in, put it in our culturing vessel, we raise it to a certain temperature, it's like 72, 73 degrees, and then add bacteria so that they eat up the milk sugar and release all these wonderful flavor compounds. We actually culture over about 36 hours to really kind of bring out some deep taste. We chill it and then pump it into the butter churn. And then we rotate the butter churns you're seeing right now until it breaks. These membranes that are encompassing fat, and they bash together, they release the fat, and then the fat starts to clump together. And so you have buttermilk, and then you have butter. And that's what happens when it breaks, when the butter breaks. We're going to take this filtered water, take the ice out, run it through, let it touch all the surface area of the butter. The molecules, I guess, of the butter sort of come together and they squeeze out additional buttermilk and firm it up. And then we go through this whole working process. The water is still kind of on the outside and it needs to be incorporated efficiently. By doing the working process, you're going to get that consistency, but it also makes it smooth and silky and delicious when it comes out. And it becomes a particular consistency that we know it's ready to take out and prepare it for packaging. And because every batch is different, you can't just assume 25 minutes with X temperature is going to give you perfect butter. Once it comes out, we spread it onto trays and then we chill it. Then we bring it back up to a 50, 60 degree temperature, and that does something to the structure, the crystalline structure of the fat to make it more spreadable. You put the butter into a former and then push it through a mold. Depending on the mold that you choose, you'll push it through and then we cut at different increments for different sizes and weights.
We're looking at 300 pounds of butter right now.
Maybe more. Maybe closer to 380 or 390.
We're going to test the butter fat percentage here to make sure that we're getting the amount of fat that we expect. The legal minimum is 80% butter fat in the United States. Most of the butter that you're buying in the grocery store is anywhere from 80 to 82%. We're producing a butter because of the batch process and some of the things we do that ranges from 85 to 87%. With an 80% butterfat butter, it's just a lot of water. It'll dissipate very quickly. If you're sauteing with it, it spatters. Butter is particularly unique because of its melting point. It actually melts right below body temperature. It will melt in your mouth and then slowly deliver the flavor, so your senses have a chance to sort of catch up. It's a great medium for delivering flavor. By adding compound ingredients, adding other ingredients into the butter, you can get a really delicious thing to put on steaks and vegetables and pastas and things like that. Butter is an awesome thing. It's a basic ingredient, but it has so many uses. My wife and I, a number of years ago, we both love food, and we felt like butter was one of those things that was just treated as a commodity. Felt like there's an opportunity to really think about taste and the other different ways you can use butter. And we've failed a lot and done things wrong, but gotten better as we've failed. There's such an emotional connection with the product. People are putting these products in their bodies. There's much more of a connection. And I think that has been such a surprise that you can go to a farmer's market and connect with people so immediately with the food. It's a shared experience.